Hi everyone. So Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Jay and I am the movie fan traveler. Hindi ko ba kabisado yung YouTube name ko. So there, I'm Jay from la 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 la. Hi everyone. My name is Jay and I am the Hi everyone. My name is Jay and I am the movie fan traveler. So we have another video and just before we proceed, please consider subscribing to my channel. Parang awa nyo na po. Paabutin nyo naman ng 3 digits yung subscribers ko. Yung pero kung di naman po kawalan, no? Kung di naman kawalan, kung di naman masyado nakaka-offend, guys, it will just take you 2 seconds tops. Click nyo lang po yung subscribe button and that's it. Malaking tulong na po sa akin yun. So please consider subscribing to my channel po. Okay. Yan. So the reason why we have this new video is I just wanted to share with you guys my itinerary, the budget, and some reviews ng mga hostels and activities na nabook natin through Klook and through Agoda. Okay? So I think that this will be helpful, especially those sa mga nagpaplano pumunta ng Hanoi and Sapa, and especially also if you're a solo traveler and would like to know ano ba yung budget na kailangan and saan ba dapat magstay and kung okay ba yung mga hostels and the activities that you will be going to do, or yung hostels that you will be staying in Hanoi and Sapa. Okay? Just ko parang feeling ko nag-scramble na ako ng mga sinasabi ko. But anyway, so let's start first with I have my list right here. Sinulat ko na yung mga talking points ko para lang wala akong ma-miss dito sa video. But let's start with the flight going to Hanoi. Now, since June of 2024 pa lang, I already planned a trip to Hanoi. And I was waiting for a piso sale from Cebu Pacific. Kasi, syempre, yun yung pinakamurang way for me to get to Hanoi. So there. Yun nga, so June, naghintay na ako ng piso sale from Cebu Pacific. Pero June, walang dumating na piso fare. July, wala. August, September, wala. Okay? And I also kind of realized na kapag meron kang planned date to go to a specific country, I think it will be best kung 8 months or longer yung duration bago mo siya i-book. Kasi ang planned travel date ko kasi sa Hanoi is January of 2025 and 6 months na yung palugit ko since I started looking for promo fare nung June. And yun, normally, yung mga lumalabas na promo sa Cebu Pacific, 8 months pa bago yung travel date. So yun, that's another tip. So I think that's one tip pala for you guys. If you're looking for a piso sale, make sure na yung travel date nyo is at least 8 months to 12 months yung pagitan para mas makahanap talaga kayo ng better deals in terms of the accommodation. But anyway, so nung October na, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I think I need to book this flight already dahil feeling ko the more na mas lumalapit na yung travel date ko, the more na mas magmamahal na yung flight ticket going to Hanoi. So I did booked it at so yung flight cost ko is around 12,690 pesos. So mahal po yun. So yung 12,000 yun, that includes a round trip from Hanoi to Manila and from Manila to Hanoi and Hanoi to Manila. Plus kasama na rin dun yung baggage allowance ko, which costs 2,288 pesos, and travel insurance for 1,848 pesos. Okay? So we're gonna talk about the travel insurance later on. Pero in terms of the flight, nasa 8,554 pesos. So I think, I know na medyo mahal na yon dahil nga malapit na ako sa travel date ko, like 3 months na lang na aalis na ako. I know na yung iba nakakakuha sila ng good deal sa piso fare na Cebu Pacific. I think it can go down as low as 6 to 7,000 pesos. Or maybe 5 pa nga siguro. Pero yun, yun na kasi yung, that's my option na lang talaga. So I went for it. So again, the cost is 12,690 pesos. Kasama na yung baggage and the insurance. Now, let's talk about insurance for a bit. I know na most of you or some of you ayaw naman talagang mag-add ng insurance sa travel nila kasi nga, it's just an additional expense and we're always thinking na wala namang mangyayari sa atin outside the country, right? Or even within the country. Pero ako kasi, matagal na ako nagta-travel. I think I've been traveling since, I don't know, maybe 2008 or 2009. So, mga 15 years na rin, more than 15 years na rin ako nagta-travel. And nung una ko pang, nung bago-bago pa lang ako nagta-travel, hindi ko talaga ina-avail yung mga travel insurance. Kasi nga, I feel na dagdag lang siya sa expense and I feel na wala namang mangyayari sa akin. Pero, you know, habang tumatagal na nagta-travel ako, nare-realize ko na na yung importance ng travel insurance. Good thing, thank God, wala namang nangyayari pa sa akin sa international travel ko and I hope that stays the same sa future travels ko. Pero, andun yung what if eh. So what if may mangyari? What if, you know, something not very good happened to you during your travel? At least, meron kang fallback. Meron kang insurance na sasagot sa hospitalization mo, sa mga medications mo. And not just that, pwede rin i-cover ng insurance yung lost baggage or damaged luggage, delayed flight, or any inconvenience na mangyayari sa'yo during your travel. Di ba? So I think it's really worth it. Ako personally, it's really worth it for me to add about 1,000 pesos for my travel. And that will give me peace of mind in terms of, you know, something unexpected will happen during my trip. So you may want to consider that as well. Okay? By the way, yung insurance, pwede nyo siya makuha mismo sa carrier ninyo, whether that will be Cebu Pacific or AirAsia, PAL. Kanya. I know that there are some credit cards na nag-offer ng free travel insurance as long as you use the card during your booking online for the flight. You can also go to GCash. I think Safety Wing is still there. So you may, maraming option. AXA, meron din. So maraming option for you to consider getting an insurance. So yon. So that's again the flight cost. Tapos, during my first day in, when I landed in Noi Bai International Airport sa Hanoi, basically that's my walang tulog day. So for us na naman nagtitipid sa flight, no, most often than not, darating ka talaga sa bansa na umaga, sobrang madaling araw or early morning, di ba? Red-eye flight. So most probably ganun yung flight na makukuha mo. So whenever I go, so when I landed in Noi Bai, in Hanoi, yun nga, it's my walang tulog day. It's an early morning nung nagland ako doon and I have to do 3 things sa airport. So one is to withdraw cash. Number 2 is to buy bus ticket. Or not buy, pero parang, buy pala. Sorry. To buy bus ticket going to Old Quarter and to get my SIM card for my connection, for my internet connection. So for the SIM card, nakuha ko siya sa Klook for 355 pesos. So that's already good for 10 days at 3 gig per day. So that's I think more than enough for me for the SIM card. Tapos so nag-withdraw ko ng pera. Yung withdraw ko is 3 million dong. So that's equivalent to around 7,000 pesos. Mga ganon. Ganon yung cost niya or yung exchange niya to Philippine peso. And then yung bus 84 going to Old Quarter, that's for 110 pesos or 47,000 won. Or dong, sorry. Dong pala yun. Yun. Tapos, so nung nakarating na ako sa Old Quarter, naglakad ako papunta sa hostel ko, which is the Hanoi City Backpackers Hostel. So yung stay ko doon is for 3 nights and I paid 466,330 dong or 1,046.96 pesos. So imagine guys, that's already good for 3 days. So hostel to, of course, ibig sabihin meron kang ka-share sa room. Normally, 3 bunk beds yon. So approximately mga 6 kayo sa loob. So yun. So pumapatak siya ng 349 pesos per day. So it's really, really cheap. Really cheap talaga yung mga accommodations sa Hanoi and also sa Sapa, which we're gonna be talking about later. Now, for the City Backpackers Hostel, I can say, ako personally kasi hindi talaga ako ganun super duper maarte when it comes to accommodation. As long as may malinis at maayos akong kama, okay na ka doon. May paliguan, makakatulog ako ng maayos sa gabi, kahit alam ko may mga taong, iba akong taong kasama. Pretty much, siguro nasanay na rin ako and I'm very okay with that dahil nga sobrang tibidity ako when it comes to traveling. Pero yung Hanoi City Backpackers Hostel, sa presyo niya 349 pesos per day, I would say na sobrang okay na siya. Sobrang worth it na siya for me kasi nga yun. I mean, I always believe na ang hostel or ang hotel, it's just there for you to rest or for you to sleep. Yun lang talaga yung purpose niya for me when traveling. Pero I do know na maraming tao din na luxury travelers, kung tawagin, diba? Na parang hindi naman siguro sa luxury, mas bet nilang komportable sila ng bonggang-bongga, like kaya nila may kasama, mga ganun. I totally get that. But I'm not that kind of traveler kasi, since syempre TBDT, but who knows kung mag-subscribe kayo sa channel ko at ikayaman ko to, charing. Baka naman. I mean, syempre kung may chance din naman ako, why not, diba? Pero since nasa laylayan tayo, charing, dun tayo sa afford lang natin. Yan. So yan. So for again 349 pesos, I'm definitely good with Hanoi City Backpackers Hostel. Maliit na hostel lang talaga siya. Medyo masikip, pero malinis naman, maayos yung kama, and I'm all good with that. There. So for my booked activities naman sa Hanoi, yung first kong binook was the Ninh Binh Day Tour. So that's for 2,078.7 thousand pesos. Okay. So medyo mahal tong Ninh Binh kasi nga it's a day tour at marami naman kayong pupuntahan doon, parang mga 3 spots, and honestly for me this is the best day tour from Hanoi dahil ako personally sobrang nagandahan talaga ako sa Ninh Binh. As in, it's the place is so majestic, parang it's so calming, it's so peaceful, sobrang ganda talaga niya. As in, sobrang ganda niya talaga for me. Tapos mas nagustuhan ko pa yung experience ko sa Ninh Binh because ang intimate ng tour niya. So when I say intimate, you're really close to the place kasi nag-bike kami around the old city. Tapos yun, nag-boating. So I feel very close to nature. I feel very close to the place. Kaya nagustuhan ko siya. So for me, if there's one tour that you would need to do in Hanoi, that would be the Ninh Binh tour. Yun. Tapos, the following day, nag-book naman, meron akong na-book na Halong Bay Day Tour from Hanoi, and that's for 3,106 pesos. 3,106.9 pesos. Yun. So, yung yung Halong Bay Tour naman, sa sinabi ko na sa vlog ko, yung mga na past vlogs ko, okay siya, maganda yung Halong Bay. Alam mo yun, it's considered to be one of the natural wonders of the world, kung di ako nagkakamali. Maganda talaga siya. Pero, I don't know, I feel that I've seen it before, especially I'm from the Philippines, And marami na ako nakikita ng ganung klaseng lugar. Pero, is it worth it going there? For me, it's still worth it. Kasi, maganda naman kasi talaga siya. Yun yung pinaka-explanation ko sa kanya kasi maganda talaga siya. Pero yun nga, it kind of looks familiar, but not. Parang gano'n. Yun. Tapos, so, after kong mag-book ng mga day tours, eto na, nag-book din ako sa Klook ng local transfer from Hanoi to Sapa. So, this is like a minivan. Most of the travelers na nasa Hanoi, ang ginagawa nila is the sleeper bus. But I opt for a minivan for 1,086.4 pesos. Why did I opt for a minivan? It's because hindi naman talaga ako nakakatulog sa biyahe. Kaya ang pinili ko rin na travel time is 2:30 in the afternoon hanggang 6 or 7 in the evening. Kasi nga hindi rin naman ako nakakatulog sa biyahe. And I felt that it was very comfortable mag-minivan. Pero, yung experience ko sa minivan na to, from Hanoi to Sapa, was not really very good. Number one, siguro dahil feeling ko nag-expect din ako masyado sa minivan. Kasi nga mas mahal siya kaysa sa traditional na sleeper bus. Pero I felt na medyo luma na yung van na ginamit. Tapos, hindi siya nakaka-VIP treatment, honestly. Kasi hindi ko ma-recline yung chair ko. Either hindi ma-recline yung chair ko or kahit nare-recline ko yung chair ko, parang sobrang dikit niya sa nasa likod. No? So nakakahiya naman dun sa tao sa likod ko. Tapos, ang pinakamalaking pagkakamali ko, at nakwento ko to sa previous vlogs ko, ay nag-send agad ako ng review sa Klook. Parang ang binigay ko atang score is 3 ata. I think, 3 or 4. Dahil nga sa ganung experience ko. And what happened was, inaway pa ako nung parang tour operator, yung parang operator nung tour. Basta nagkaroon kami ng exchange sa Klook chat. And it was a really bad experience dahil nagbigay ako ng mababang score, inaway na nila ako right there and then. So, this is another tip for you guys. Whenever you book a certain activity or transfer or anything on Klook or any apps, kung hostel ba yun o hotel, don't leave a review habang andun pa kayo or habang hindi nyo pa nakukuha yun or habang ongoing pa yung activity or habang nagsistay pa kayo sa hotel. Gawin nyo na lang siguro pag nakabalik na kayo ng Pilipinas or kapag wala na kayo dun sa lugar na yun para mas okay. That's an additional tip for you guys. And then, I booked a fancy pan dito. Nag-book ako ng fancy pan, I don't know, experience, charit, sa Klook din. So that's for 2,586 pesos. So kasama na doon yung monorail, yung cable car, tsaka yung peak tram. Para konti na lang yung ilalakad o iaakit ninyo sa bundok. Yon. So if there's one thing that you will be doing in Sapa, that should be fancy pan. And ipagdasal nyo na lang sa Diyos ng kalikasan na maganda yung weather na makukuha nyo when you go sa fancy pan. Kasi I know for a fact na may mga times talaga na foggy siya. Sa sobrang foggy, wala ka na talaga makikita. Like parang ka nasa purgatorio. Ganon. But lucky for me, when I went there, maganda siya. Sea of clouds yung peg niya. So it's really, really beautiful. And I'm so thankful na nangyari sa akin yun. Now, going back to Hanoi from Sapa, kinancel ko na yung van ko kasi same operator sila nung una at ayoko naman na maging uncomfortable ako doon dahil nakipag-away na sa akin yung operator at finorce niya na ako i-cancel yung van ko. Nag-book na lang ako ng sleeper bus from Sapa to Hanoi for 860 pesos. And to my surprise, mas nagustuhan ko yung sleeper bus kaysa sa van. Mas comfortable ako, nakahiga ako. Mas komportable siya for me. Although I have to admit, sobrang luma na rin talaga ng van. Parang isang kembot na lang, masisira na siya. Parang ganon. Pero I don't know, for some reason mas okay na ako doon kaysa sa van. So there. Oo nga pala, just recently, so today is ano ba ngayon? March 18. And I saw some news sa Facebook na yung Shark Jaw Building, yung famous na building sa Hanoi katabi ng Hoan Kiem Lake, i-demolish na siya. So, very sad yon by April, if I'm not mistaken. So, kung gusto niyo makita yung famous Shark Jaw Building sa katabi ng Hoan Kiem Lake, you may wanna go to Hanoi as early as possible dahil mawawala na siya. Also, the train street. Sabi mawawala na rin daw siya. Probably for safety reasons. Anyway, let's talk about the Lustig Hostel in Sapa. So I booked that for 268,518 dong or 602 pesos. 602.85 pesos for 3 days. And guys, imagine, this is only for 200 pesos per day. So, ganun siya kamura yung Lustig Hostel talaga. I mean, sobrang aesthetic ng lugar. Sobrang comfy, a bit modern. Tapos, maganda siya. Ang pinaka problema ko lang sa Lustig Hostel, sobrang malayo siya sa city center. Hindi, well, pag i-check niya yung Google Maps, sasabihin niya sa'yo na yung lakad from Lustig Hostel to the city center is 25 minutes, which is really doable for me dahil mahilig ako maglakad. Pero, bundok kasi ang Sapa. So, hindi siya straight na daan na lalakaran mo. It's more of pataas, pababa. So, nakakapagod talaga siya. Kaya nung first day ko, nilakad ko siya. Pero nag-second day na ako, third day ko, lagi na ako nag-grab dahil nakakapagod talaga siya. So, yun yung catch niya. So, because of that, siguro I'll give it mga 4 out of 5 dahil maganda talaga yung hostel. Ang problema lang talaga yung location because malayo siya sa city center at yun nga. It's a trek going to city center and pabalik ng hostel. So, yun lang naman yung comment ko sa kanya. And then, during my last day, so nag-fancy pan ako doon. Tapos nag-alpine coaster ako for 200,000 dong, which is 449 pesos. And if you go for another round, that's for 100,000 dong or 224.51 pesos. Kasi I'm pretty sure kung ganun, mahilig kayo sa mga roller coaster, mabibitin talaga kayo. So i-push nyo na yung 100,000. So tas after ng alpine coaster, I went to Moana for 80,000 dong or 185 pesos. May free drinks sila doon. Honestly, hindi ako natuwa sa Moana kasi sobrang ingay ng music na ginagamit nila, hindi nakaka-relax. Sobrang parang I don't know, hindi ko bet yung mga Instagrammable spot nila doon. And in all fairness din naman sa Moana, nung pumunta ako doon, sobrang foggy niya, so wala talagang view. And I think the beauty of Moana is its view. So kung wala yun, wala talaga siya. Hindi talaga siya maganda. So pag pupunta kayo doon, bago kayo pumasok or magbayad ng entrance fee, you may wanna check the weather first. So there. Yun. So that is pretty much it when it comes to my itinerary and budget and reviews sa mga napuntahan ko at napagstayan ko sa Hanoi and sa Sapa. So just to give a quick breakdown of the expenses. So yung flight ko is for 12,690 for the flight. For the hostel in Hanoi, it's 1,046.96. Sa hostel ko sa Sapa, yung Lustig Hostel, it's 602.85 pesos. SIM card is 355. Ninbin Tour is 2,078.7 pesos. Halong Bay Tour is for 3,106.9 pesos. Yung transfer ko from Hanoi to Sapa is 1,086.4. Fancy Pan, 2,586. Sapa to Hanoi, 860 pesos. Yung Alpine Coaster, 673.51. And yung Moana is 185 pesos. Ang pinaka-total ko sa kanya is 25,270.51. Tapos, yung pocket money ko is 6,735.29 pesos with a total of 32,000.5 pesos. So, paano kayo makakamura dito? Mas makakamura kayo pag makakakuha kayo ng seed sale, piso sale, kung po pwede, para mas mabawasan pa siya ng mga 2,000-3,000 pesos. Tapos, kung hindi naman kayo mahilig sa mga tours, maybe may wanna consider, kung isa lang talaga yung bet nyo, mag-Ninbin na lang kayo. And then, mag-sleeper bus na lang kayo. Yun. So, yun yung mga makakamura doon. So, kapag pag tinanggal nyo yung sa itinerary, mas bababa pa siya ng mga around 6,000 to 7,000 pesos. So, there. Okay, so that ends our vlog for today. So, sana nakatulong tong vlog na to in terms of your planning, budget, and sa mga places and hostels and activities na gusto nyong gawin sa Hanoi and sa Sapa. Thank you very much sa mga nanood ng Hanoi Sapa vlogs ko. Maraming salamat po. And I will be having another travel vlog very soon. So it's a new country and I think maraming magkakagusto sa country na to because a lot of people really want to go to this country. And I really hope na panoorin niyo po yung susunod na travel series ko. And again guys, before we end, please consider subscribing to my channel para umabot naman ng 3 digits yung subscribers ko. So yun lang naman. But thank you very much guys for your time and I'll see you later.